I know. New York Attorney General Letitia James has announced a significant legal victory, securing a $9.5 million judgment against George West, the owner of an unlicensed cannabis store known as J-Dega 7.0, located in Ontario County. This judgment underscores the state's commitment to enforcing the legal cannabis regulations and ensuring public safety. Despite receiving a warning from the OCM back in June 2023 to cease operations without a license, West continued to operate his dispensary. The OAG and OCM have been actively pursuing action against J-Dega 7.0, which is now facing a judicial order for closure set for November 2023. The recent judgment requires West to forfeit over $1 million in illicit earnings derived from his unlicensed sales and pay $8.4 million in penalties for disregarding the OCM's directives. Attorney General James commented on the situation, stating the owner of J-Dega 7.0 refused to follow the law and ignored repeated warnings to stop selling cannabis without a license. Today, George West must pay $9.5 million for breaking our rules and harming local communities. Cannabis stores must follow the same rules and regulations as any other New York businesses. Under New York's cannabis law, it's mandatory for anyone involved in the cultivation, production, or sale of cannabis products to register and obtain a license from the New York State Cannabis Control Board. Violations can lead to substantial penalties from $10,000 for each day cannabis is sold without a license and $20,000 for each day a business continues operations after receiving a cease and desist order from the OCM. Given the scale of West's unlicensed activities, the total judgment of $9.5 million reflects disengorgement, administrative fines, daily penalties, and additional revenue-based penalties. West operated his cannabis store on Main Street in Canandaigua, pronounced that one wrong, and has been selling cannabis without a license since last September 2022. An administrative examination, conducted by the OCM on June 28, 2023, revealed that West was indeed selling cannabis without proper authorization, leading to the seizure of over 200 pounds of cannabis and related products. Following this inspection, the OCM issued a cease and desist order and requested financial disclosure from West about his operations. However, he failed to comply. Investigators later found that West had generated approximately $2.4 million in sales from June 2022 to October 2023. The operation of unregistered cannabis enterprises poses risk as products sold have not undergone the necessary lab testing and may be deemed potentially dangerous. These unlicensed businesses also evade taxation, undermining the legal market established by the state. To combat these violations, the OCM has the authority to initiate legal proceedings against those who disregard the cannabis law. Attorney General James has a strong track record of holding violators accountable. In May 2024, she secured a $15.2 million judgment against the owner of 7 unauthorized cannabis stores in upstate New York. Additionally, in December 2023, she, along with Governor Hochul and the OCM, shut down Big Chief Smoke Shop in Brooklyn for operating without a license. The case against J-Dega 7.0 was handled by Assistant Attorney General Soo-Young Chang and Joel J. Terangoli under the supervision of Christopher Boyd, who oversees the Buffalo Regional Office. The Division of Regional Affairs, led by Deputy Attorney Michael Russo, Chief Deputy Attorney General Jill Faber, and First Deputy Attorney Jennifer Levy, continues to actively monitor and enforce cannabis regulations across the state. This judgment sends a clear message. New York is committed to upholding its cannabis laws and ensuring that all businesses operate within the established legal framework. For anyone involved in the cannabis industry, compliance is not just a guideline, it's the law. This is crazy. This is, as Dale would probably say, it sounds like he got spanked. $9.5 million is something that's going to be pretty tough to recover from, especially if your revenue is only $2.4 million. So it sounds like he'll probably be paying these for a long time. And as we know, when you don't pay court fines, you usually end up in their state-sponsored hotels. So I'll throw it back to you guys and get your opinions, but it sounds like maybe New York's not playing anymore.
State-sponsored hotels? Is that where they put the migrants at?
The Hilton. We call it.
It's where Bob Barker provides the toiletries.
Oh boy.
Yeah, my mom used to call it the hotel motel.
Fair.
Well, one of my knee-jerk reactions here is an excessive fine. Because the Constitution, prohibits the government from levying excessive fines. And there was a case, I think 3 or 4 years ago, the Timms case, where they threw out a civil forfeiture because they took somebody's $30,000 vehicle for a joint or a line of coke or something inside of it. So that's one of my concerns. If this is a civil fine, then it's different than if it's in a criminal arena. But the purpose of these going after people like this is the deterrent effect. That's one of the three legs: deterrent, punishment, and then rehabilitation of the people. This is deterrent, and I'm just not convinced that spanking somebody who's blatant and refuses to close his doors, move away, and wait till the cops stop looking and open back up again. Mm-hmm. I just don't know that it's going to deter a lot of people, because they still have trap shops everywhere. And I don't know that this is going to convince them we should stop because one knucklehead got spanked pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, Dale. I think it sounds super, super, super excessive. I don't know how they're going to get away with being able to collect all this even in the first place. And it doesn't make sense to wipe people out financially like that if they expect to, to actually get some of this money. It just makes people just say, you know what, screw the government and catch me if you can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It does.
Because it's like there's no light at the end of that tunnel for them.
Well, and I still advocate that the solution is let people have all the licenses they want. I mean, restrict them to certain zones and away from schools and things like that. But give them all the licenses they want, and then if they fail, they fail. But then you wouldn't have trap shops, because if you want to open them up, it's pretty easy if they would allow you to. Otherwise, we're going to keep chasing our tail like this, and they're going to spend millions of dollars trying to collect millions of dollars. So you just wonder, is this really getting us anywhere?
True that. Very, very, very true.
Well, Jason, you wanted to see something actually happen in New York, and it looks like something actually happened in New York.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is actually really happening, like that. Yeah, they're not going to get anything out of this.
Right.
Yeah. They're just the judgment is not collecting the judgment.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that for sure.
Exactly right, Dale. Exactly right. That's what I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. All right. Well,
sucks to be Jay Dega.
Yeah, it does.
Then coming back to the main stage, Jason Beck.
Oh man, you guys are funny.
Get your ones ready.